high quality Okatsune Snips and Secateurs.
Hi, I'm Nita.
And I'm Shenae, and today we are talking about a Japanese brand called Okatsune. Right, we are talking about a Japanese brand called Okatsune, and they have a fantastic range of secateurs and snips, and that's what we're going to talk to you all about today. It's just how beautiful and easy and comfortable they are to use, whether in a gardening general purpose side of things or a commercial business or orchard.
Yeah. Now these are incredible. Like Shenae has said, they are lovely to use, beautifully made. And so what we thought today is we would do a little bit of a feature on the secateurs to begin with, and we'll do a demo at the end of that one, and then we'll maybe talk about a silky case that is really good as a holder that you can put both a secateur and a saw in, so that's pretty cool. And then we will show you and do all the features for the snips and do a little demo on that.
So if you mainly just want to see the demos, we at the end of each section like Nita said, we'll have the demos of the parts. So if you want, you can just
zip through to the bit where we're not talking so much.
Section. Yes.
You might miss all the special things we say, but you'll get to see the snips and secateurs in action.
So starting off, we'll talk about the brilliant Okatsune. I'll get you to help me.
Yep.
The secateurs. These are just absolutely amazing.
So we've got 3 Okatsune secateurs to choose from here, but they kind of look the same, other than the packaging, obviously, different colours. But there's got to be a difference. So Shenae, is there a difference in the handles?
Yes, there is. So these are available in 3 different handle lengths, depending on how big your hand is, basically. So if you have cute little hands, you'll be leaning towards more of the smaller of the 2 range. But if you...
3 range?
3, yes. But if you have a larger hand, you'll be after more of a larger handle. But not only is it the length of the handle that you're looking for and how comfortable they are in your hands, you are also looking at how wide your hand is.
Yeah, so how far it can open.
Yes, so as you can see, it's how wide your hand can open with it being comfortable in your hand to carry out all day.
If you compare the small 180 to, I'm not sure if this was the 210 or the 200.
This is the 210. So
this is the 210.
It opens up a lot wider.
Yeah. So you need to be able to have a hand that can accommodate that width to open and close it comfortably, because this is all about finding some secateurs that are comfortable to use, ergonomic, and you're going to be able to do this all day long, because otherwise you're going to get arthritis and all sorts of nasties. So important.
Yes. So as you can see of my hand, so I have the larger of the 3. It's when you're using it all day. So this is my hand comfortably sitting at for pruning, like general pruning, but this is not the widest it goes. So it opens up wider. But
so
my
Shenae's probably better off to go for the medium, which would be the 200.
Yeah, so my hands are stretching. So if I was to use this all day, I would slowly start to get a cramp from opening and closing it constantly.
Yeah. So that's the difference between the 3, is the length of the handle and how wide it opens.
Yes.
Any other differences between the 3 of them?
Yes, there is. So starting off with the smaller one. So the smaller one has a shorter handle, plus it has a smaller blade compared to these 2. So these have a different handle length, but these have the exact same blade size on them.
Yeah, so important to remember, if the blade size is important to have it as large as possible, then both of these options have the same blade. You're just considering how the hand works on these, basically.
Yeah. Correct.
So they're the main differences between the 3. Otherwise, they work exactly the same as far as how they cut, the feel of the cut, as long as obviously it's the right size for you, and a few other features which we'll go through now.
Yeah.
And the handles as well, when you look at them, they have this great shape. See how it's sort of molded like this? This is so that the part between your thumb and your forefinger can really comfortably cradle into that section of the handle, and then this shape here sits nicely in the palm of the hand. So they really are beautifully designed to be as comfortably positioned in the hand as possible when you're using them. So very, very comfortable, beautiful secateur to use.
One of my favourite things about these secateurs is how easy they are to open and close.
Yes.
So especially when you are out pruning, it's easier to grab the branch and cut. But the unique thing about this is because it has the little lock at the end of the secateurs, it's easier to flick up on your pants and close. So you flick up on your pants, so release the lever on your pants, and then you close it back onto your pants. So it has a nice feeling to it.
And the other thing is, if you're doing a lot of cutting and you sort of think, oh, this might get in the way or hook on things, you can actually pull this across and up, and then it's completely out of the way, and still use your secateurs properly with that out of the way.
Yeah.
So one of the most unique things about the Okatsune secateurs is they are a bypass secateur. So the blade bypasses this other section on the side here, probably has a technical name that I don't know, but it passes it, therefore it's a bypass. Now, bypass secateurs are known to give the nicest cut, whatever it is they're cutting, because you want, you know, if you've got a beautiful garden and you're really concerned about making sure that the trees and plants are as healthy as possible, you want to squash those branches as little as possible when you're using your secateurs. So a bypass secateur tends to be the gentlest when cutting a branch, but normally with bypass secateurs you can only cut soft to medium density wood. Whereas the Okatsune are unique in that you can actually cut hardwood as well with them because they are made so strongly. Now normally you can't, because if you cut anything hard with a bypass, you actually pull the blades apart and throw them out of alignment. Now don't get us wrong, you can do that with the Okatsune. They are not unbreakable, they are not, you know, a secateur that you cannot destroy, but you can cut a much harder material with these than any other bypass secateur on the market that we know of.
Yeah.
So they are very unique and very special, and they do give the most beautiful cut. And you might hear later when we do the demo, they make the most delicious sound when they cut. It's a real snippy sort of crunchy sound. It's fantastic. So yeah, and they can really handle a lot of mistreatment. As you can see, these are our demos that I keep chomping away with here. And yeah, they have been used by lots of people, not cleaned properly as they should be, so there's already marks happening on them, but they still cut beautifully. So very, very impressive secateurs.
They do. Before this video with our demo, I was out in the garden pruning a few branches, and I like to push my luck on a few things with a few branches. And then yes, these guys, depending on what size branch it is, yes, it can be a little bit tough. But if you put enough effort and you are careful enough, it will snip through that branch. So and still leave a nice, beautiful, smooth cut.
Yeah. To
give your branch basically the best chance of healing itself and regrowing.
Yeah. So we might do some demos now and show you how they work. So as usual, I forgot to mention something because these videos are not scripted, just in case you couldn't tell. One concern many people have with secateurs is losing the springs and having the springs pop out and disappear while they're using these secateurs. So Okatsune have been very clever in the design. The spring actually looks like this. I'll put it against my top so you can see. So it's just a V shape with little like handly things, notchy, little kick out bits that sit underneath these bits of metal here. Now you would think, oh, well, that's going to be really easy to pop out, but trust me, they are not. They are insanely difficult to get out. Like I am squeezing this, you probably can't see there, but squeezing with all my might, and they do not come out. There's a real technique. You have to move the handle to the perfect position and then squeeze and pull and push to get these things out. In fact, when we first tried to, we had to email Okatsune and go, can you please send a description, because we can't get them out. They are really hard to get out, which means they're not going to accidentally fall out on you. And should you ever remove them or break them or need them to come out, we have replacements.
Yeah. So
it's all good, don't stress. The springs are a brilliant design yet again for Okatsune.
Yes, they are.
So now we do the demos. Okay, so if I'm just cutting these normally, chomp, that's how I would do it. Listen to the lovely noise they make.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swap. They are just so lovely to use. Now I'll swap to the big ones. See, I could open them. Well, you can't see, but my hand is here and I could open them because I just brushed them against my leg. So now we have the fantastic Okatsune Snips. We love these very, very much.
Yes, we do. And they are absolutely incredible and make a very good gift idea.
Yeah, they're like our go-to present for
Dropping
people.
a few hints.
One of the reasons we love these so much is they're one of those items that, you know, it was designed for this, but then I found I could use it for that and that and that and that, and so many different things you will use these for. So, well, actually not that one so much, but these ones. So they are brilliant, but we're going to talk about, to begin with, what they were initially designed for.
Yes.
Kind of.
So I have here the pointy long nose snips. And I have the short version with the pointed edge of the snips.
I just thought we would swap it around because it made no sense.
Too confusing.
They're the same, it's just one has a longer blade than the other.
Yes.
And yeah, these are different, so hence the swap.
Yes, they do. And your Nita has the very short nose for like nice little kink.
So these are mainly for picking grapes.
Yep.
So that's why I was like, these three are really good multi-purpose, and this one kind of is really just for fruit picking. So
if you enjoy your wine. No.
That's right. You'll want these. Yeah. And then these are the onion snips. So they've got the rounded tip, a bit more strength to them as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, so we've got the orange one, that's your grape picking snip. And then we have these two here, which were really designed for cutting flowers.
Yes.
So if you want a beautiful pair of snips to chop fresh flowers or cut flowers off plants that you've got in the garden, that's what these were designed for. But then we also find that people do bonsai, they love them as well. The long nose gets into those tight little spots really, really well.
Yes.
And the short nose just have a bit more strength to them. And then the onions, basically this one here, but with a really fat rounded end, so it gives it a bit more strength. So yeah, depending on what you're cutting. Now, none of them were designed to cut hardwood. They're all designed to cut soft or small branches.
Yeah.
In saying that, I have abused mine. I think we've actually got a little footage of me on YouTube, not YouTube, Instagram, doing a little trimming down my driveway. And I chop things you should not chop with your snips, but they survive. They're amazing. My sister, on the other hand, she broke hers. So, you know, they are breakable, but they are incredible as to what you can actually cut with these snips. And again, we will show you later. And these have been lent out and not cleaned, like the Secateurs, but they still just work incredibly. Now, a lot of snips, there's a lot of brands that make snips, so there's a lot of snips available, but these, once again, surpassed everyone. And you can't so much tell just from looking sometimes as to why one's better than the other or what the differences is, but some of the things are, some snips will actually pinch your skin here, so florists tend to use snips a lot.
Yes.
And they complain that the snips actually cut this part of their hand and pinch the skin. I did that once and man, does that hurt. It really hurts. So yeah, Okatsune will not do that, so that's one reason you will love them. Secondly, as we mentioned with the Secateurs, the springs, it's the same kind of looking spring, slightly different size, but very difficult to get out, which means very difficult to accidentally get out and break. So very, very good springs you're not going to lose. The latching system on these guys are a bit different.
They are. So this one here, it has a slight little twist to it. So you have to twist the little...
sort of rubber holder really, isn't it?
Yeah, but it keeps it nice and securely closed, especially with the handle being rubber and this being rubber, it doesn't
holds
move.
nicely.
Yeah, it doesn't move too much.
Yeah, and speaking of the handles, like the Secateurs, they're molded and shaped, so again, they're very comfortable in the hand. They sit very nicely between the thumb and the forefinger. So comfort, again, you've got the beautiful functionality of the blades, how they beautifully pass each other, but then very comfortable to hold.
Yeah. So we have talked about what they are designed to do, but I am going to talk about what we use them for. So these are, they're like a stronger pair of scissors. So we use
like a cross between scissors and Secateurs.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle there.
So we use them to cut zip ties. So they, but we also, in battery packs, they always come in that annoying hard plastic
that you can't get into. And if you do get scissors to open it, you wreck them.
Yes, and scissors, they come in that annoying plastic with zip ties around.
The irony of that.
Yes. But my mother has actually a pair in her kitchen. I don't know who got them for her. But we have them all where in the drawer where all the utensils are. So they're basically our go-to pair of scissors, you could say, to cut through batteries, scissors,
packets that the batteries come in.
Yes.
They don't cut batteries.
No. They're very dangerously.
Yeah. I keep mine in the container next to my stovetop because I cut all the things that Shenae was mentioning, but I also cut herbs up when I make soup or sausages if I want to like separate the sausages in the fry pan and all sorts of stuff. It's amazing the different uses you know, these end up coming in really handy for. Not to forget cutting flowers should we get flowers. And I also have vines around my front door, so I also trim the vines with them. So
Yeah.
such a handy little tool, and cost-wise really well priced, $24. So a fantastic little tool to have for the garden, and also a brilliant gift idea.
And as you can see, these have lasted us forever.
Yeah. So with the Okatsune Snips and Secateurs, they're both sharpenable as well. And to sharpen them, you use the Okatsune stone, which is that one.
This
here that Shenae
one,
has.
just right here. So we've got a little diagram of
This comes with the stone, so that's inside it. Now, if you speak Japanese, fantastic.
Brilliant, you'll love it and understand everything, but if you don't,
we have
pictures.
It has pictures, and then you can also let us know, and we can send you an email with English descriptions to go with your pictures.
But yes, but as you can see, it shows the design of how to use the stone on your secateurs.
So you sharpen both sides of the blade.
Yep, and it tells you what,
Kind of the shape.
yeah, and what angle to use it on.
Yeah, so it shows you that you're not sharpening the blade to a flat line, and you're also not doing harsh angles. So yeah, very good instructions.
Yes.
So let's put these snips into use. Did you see? Oops, shouldn't be talking.
Here we'll use it on a thicker branch, little cute ones, and you can get it right up in the little delicate little snips, but also will cut.
Again, just the most delicious sound.
I know.
Shenae is so cleaning up the showroom.
Sorry. So these ones here were the so these ones here were the long nose snips with a nice pointed edge. Now we will use the rounded onion snips. So you can see here, so we'll cut this branch here. So you can see that I've just cut a fairly decent sized branch for a pair of snips, sorry. But yeah, there's the nice little and the brilliant things about having the rounded edge as well is when you are cutting like small little delicate fruit as branches, like fruit trees, these will stop from pointing into the fruit and damaging the fruit. And yeah, but oh, does the same. And yeah, I'm definitely cleaning the showroom after this.
Alright. So once again, true Shenae and Nita style, we forgot to mention something. So Okatsune also make another pair of beautiful snips that are a much stronger version and more delicate and fine than the 3 or 4 styles that we were showing you earlier. So they have steel handles, they have even pointier, more refined, shall we say, blades.
Yep.
So very beautiful to use. But So we had a little break just then because the camera died. But we asked one of the other ladies in the office, how would you describe how these cut? Because we're really struggling as the hair analogy and the scissors and all that. But I think she just really summed it up. She said, they're sharp.
They're sharp. Yes.
They're just sharp. They're just super, super sharp. So yes, these are incredible. They are super sharp. They feel weightless to use. They are just amazing. They are something that is probably going home with me tonight because I don't have these and now I really, really, really want them. They are so cool. So anyway, very nice. Okatsune Snips. So the last thing we were going to talk about is Secateur case, and this is made by Silky Japan.
Yes, so this is, we call it the Gom Case W.
Yes.
Can you please hold my saw, please?
Sure.
So the idea behind this particular case, it has a split in the middle, so you can fit a small folding saw and a pair of secateurs, and it has a little cut slit through the side, so you can attach it to your belt and walk around the garden.
Yep.
And 3 different holes, depending on where you want to stick your D-clip.
Yeah, so you've got sort of 2 attachment option choices: belt or leg straps or some sort of strapping, or the holes for carabiners or D-clips.
Correct.
Yeah.
So let me put ours away. So you have the secateurs. How we display it is you stick it at the front, so have it facing down, and then you have a small folding saw. So this particular folding saw is the Gom Boy 17 centimeter folding saw. So it's a larger of.
It's actually the Pocket Boy.
What did I say?
Gom Boy.
Oh yeah. This is the Pocket Boy, sorry. So that's a 17 centimeter Pocket Boy fitting in the back here. So
there's 2 options with the Silky Gom cases. They're really cool. As Shenae said, they're made out of the special gom rubber, and that's the same stuff on the handles. So doing it the way we have there is for really quick and easy removal. But if you want it to stay jammed in there, so if you're doing lots of bending over and you don't want it falling out of your case, if you tuck it in upside down, the handle sticks to the case. So if you flick it upside down, it's not going to fall out on you. So that's a really cool feature. Which means you need to buy a Silky saw and a gom case.
Yeah. And I got 2 secateurs.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yes. Another good thing about these cases as well, it has the 2 little opening holes at the bottom, so any wood chips or
leaves or debris goes through down and out.
Clogging the case.
Doesn't clog your case up. So that is the beautiful Okatsune Secateurs, Snips, sharpening stone, and the beautiful Silky Gom case to hold them all in. Now, like all our products and all of the people that borrow our products, you need to clean them so that they stay beautiful and shiny and not like this.
No.
Because not only does this not look as pretty, but it takes the edge off it so they don't cut as well. So whatever demo we've done today, your ones are going to work even better because you will have beautiful, shiny, non-damaged blades.
Yes, correct. And it's on ants on it. And we recommend our Easy Cleaning Spray. So it's 100% natural made, the base product being tea tree oil. So easy to get rid of all the sap and
just
resin.
Melts the resin away, makes it really easy to clean. And side bonus, antibacterial.
Yes, correct. And 100% Australian.
Yes.
So, and then we also have the lanolin spray. So that will just give it a nice protecting coating once you've cleaned it with the Easy Spray, and then you can store it away. Yeah,
so the lanolin's great. Lots of brands you can buy in Australia, but it's sheep oil. And the sheep oil creates a protective coating around the blade, so it stops oxygen getting to it. And without the oxygen, the rust corrosion process won't happen. But you must get the resin off first, otherwise where the resin sits, acids will etch into the blade. So clean it, spray it with your lubricant, and you will have a beautiful shiny pair of secateurs and snips for decades.
Yes, you will.
Well, thank you for watching our video today. We hope that has helped you figure out why you need to rush out and get a pair of Okatsune Snips and Secateurs. And don't forget, if you need a more description on how you sharpen your Okatsune Snips or Secateurs, then shoot us an email or give us a call and we can send you through the English version of those instructions. And that's it from Shenae and I this time.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and leave us a comment. We love hearing from you. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Bye.